Hello, welcome to this new episode of the Alex Show TV. And as you can see, I have a guest and I have my very good friend Tony from London. How are you, mate?
Mate, how you doing, Alex? I'm not too bad.
Another outdoor show, beautiful scenery. I'm here in my office. Tony's out there in London in a park, and beautiful moment of the day, mate. The colors are beautiful. How the sun. It's probably gonna change as we go because it's 7 p.m. right now. Something
Yeah,
that's
7 o'clock.
yeah. So it's gonna be changing as we go. And we have a great subject for today. Thank you for suggesting it, mate. Choose where you put your attention. Sorry if did I say it correctly? We had several titles. Choose where you put your attention. Basically, choose what you concentrate on. Okay, and go for it, mate, because you have a very good explanation how you feel these three different possibilities of this, and and I'm gonna give you my opinions on it. Thanks.
Sure. So roughly, the idea came to me with life is about where you put your attention. Not many people really sort of focus on that attention is important. They don't really focus their attention. It's more distracted from them where they are. So whatever's going on around them, it is where they get distracted to. They don't have a laser focus of their own will, where they put their own attention in their own will. So initially it came to me like bank accounts, where you have a bank account of intellectualism, a bank account of the physical, like Keep Fit Fanatics, and then the general bank account of the present moment. So like you get the intellectual academic types, the nerdy types, or the people that are in their minds, in their head a lot, and their attention is up there, so they're not open to being fit, maybe, or being open-minded in the present. They're more got stories going on. I'm an expert in this. I know this is my subject. I can talk on this subject. Don't dare question me. I know it all. And then you have the physical, Keep Fit Fanatics, and it's like if they're overly fit fanatics, they become ignorant of the mind, ignorant of knowledge, ignorant of learning. So, I mean, they're two extremes. And then my version, and I think you said yours too, is the present moment bank. So if you put your attention in the present moment, you're covering all bases. You're not stuck in one mind or body. You're not, isolated in the head or isolated in the physical. You're in the present. So if your body needs working on it, it'll tell you. And then you can go with what you're feeling. I need to do some exercise. I need to relax. I need to calm down. And if you're in your head, the present just covered all bases. So I would say that's my summary, mate, of what the idea was of where I would put my attention, my choices. So I wouldn't say you neglect the mind or you neglect the body. You're just in the present. So the present informs you whether your body needs help or not, or your mind needs more attention. So you're more open to life itself, and you're not in a ghetto, in a little cul-de-sac of the body or the mind. So yeah, the present is like my thing now, which you're open to everything. You're open to life, and I think when you put your attention in the present, you don't miss much. You don't miss much. And sorry, that's a fire engine going off.
No,
Middle of Clapham Park. But
no.
yeah, that's it, mate. Where would we put our attention? And the mind shouldn't be neglected. The body shouldn't be neglected. But the present is like the umbrella of all life. Stay in the present, and that captures anything you need to worry about. Anything that happens, you're there for it, to attend to it. So that's my little summary. Yeah.
Thank you, mate. Thank you. By the way, I want to let you know that you were freezing up, but the audio was fine. That's why I didn't say anything, okay? I mean, your image was sometimes freezing up, which happens. You are out there, you're using your cellular data, but the audio was perfect. So that's why I didn't mention anything, okay? When you see it, but it's fine. You were just, as you were moving around, you were freezing up a little bit. Yes, mate, that's wonderful. And it's such a great chance on this topic to clarify how both you and I feel, because we are in harmony with our feelings and thinkings of this. want to put an example. I read books, but I'm usually I don't know if that's common. I read books all the time, the same books. I don't know if that makes sense. There are some books that I like. I read them again. I find new things every time I read them. Right now, lately, I've been reading the 2 books of Isabella Green, Beyond the Trap, those kind, and also Peter Panagor's beautiful book that guests that I've been having on the show, and I don't know why I feel books that I read them the first time and say, after a month or 2 months, I read them again. Well, let's say any kind of book, I read it, mate. What I'm trying to say is at the end, don't allow any kind of book. Although these books are very important for me, guests of the show and that. There's nothing against them. I want to clarify. I'm talking any kind of external. Even this video to you, I want to clarify, you viewer, okay? This video of Tony and I to you viewer is perfect to consume it, okay? And convert it into knowledge, because that's the only way it's going to get to you. You listen to it, you have to use one of your senses, you watch it, you process it in your mind, yes. And what we're trying to achieve is a reaction. And that's what I get when I read Isabella's books and Peter Panagor's books and similar other books I'm very fond of. I get a reaction. But at the end, I go into the present moment. So that's on the first bank of knowledge, my different position on the ones that get consumed by the knowledge, on a position that they have to be right, that they have to impose this position to others, and that's when the arguments start. Oh, I know, because Nietzsche said in the 1600s, and I read it in that you are allowing that to consume your own control. Okay, so it's perfectly fine to consume all the knowledge in the world. It's perfectly fine to take care of or obsess with your body, all whatever you want. You want to go to the gym every day, that's beautiful. What I digress is make that the present moment, make that the important part. When you are done with the gym and you go to the present moment, great. But when you obsess with the body and say it's the most important thing, taking care of your body and that, because it's your vessel or whatever. I also heard religious implications that the body is God, can make you in His form, and so that's why you are obligated to take perfect care of the body. For me, I take decent care of my body. It's like a car. I take decent care, but I'm not gonna be like it has a little scratch and oh my God, and or even what I'm trying to say, mate?
Yeah.
When you obsess with that, and I was quite. I shared with you before recording that 25, 30 years ago, around university time, I became very fond, particularly of books. The internet was just starting. The internet really started, going really strong, 95, 96. So I graduated in 95. So I got these really early starts of the internet. So most of my consumption of knowledge at the time came from books. And my university has such a great library of many topics, not only the topics you will see there. It had a huge section from National Geographic, probably all donations. Okay, that happens to all universities. But I was in love with that nature. So I will go there with my library, with my student card, and sometimes I will be done by 3:00 and say, instead of going home, I'm going to go to the library and read one. Like watching Netflix series and you get caught up in episode 1, episode 2, episode 3. I was going through all of this. Okay. So that for me came that, there was a moment I knew a few things, okay, because I was reading so much, I was consuming so much. But to think that you really know it better than someone else, to think that you really have figured a thing out, that's when I disagree. Knowledge is great, but letting go in the present moment is when you access wisdom, okay? When you listen to the silence. When in the nothing you find everything, okay? And you find things are way easier, mate, way simpler than we think.
Yeah.
Really, our current science system or current knowledge system, even in universities, is overcomplicating things. You will be amazed. I'm totally sure. Nature, just see nature, how easy it operates, how simple it operates. On the concept of the least effort, which is a scientific concept. Okay, maximum efficiency, with no agenda, with no orchestrator. It just works perfectly all the time, every day. The sun rises, the sun sets, trees do their thing, birds do their thing, grass does its thing, waterfalls do their thing, the sea does its thing, everything in a very simplistic way. So if anything, if I want to share a suggestion on this video, which an excellent topic is, we're never saying that it's wrong to pick up a book. What we're saying is, watch out that that book doesn't control you, because you are much more than a book. You are much more than a book. Same thing with the gym and the body. It's great to take care of your body, but don't allow the obsession of your body to control your life. And think that's the most important thing. Because at the end, when you die, I can assure you the body is going to stay, okay? There's maybe one person that I know that has taken his body, and it's Jacobo Greenberg, okay? And we still don't know how he did it. But most of us are going to leave the body behind. And yes, I've heard so many things about the body is a temple, the body is a container. I think going back to the simplistic ways, just go back to nature, okay? So it's really not that big of a deal. And the mind is in that body, by the way. All the knowledge from the books stays with that body. I don't know what you think of that, man.
Yeah, that is a very perceptive insight you give there. And I will acknowledge it, because when you said you do these things, you do the reading and learning and the fitness, but don't let them trap you. That is such a wise and important point to make. Do not let anything trap you by becoming an expert or letting it over. Don't let it make your identity out of it. Don't let it make you an identity. Oh, I'm an intellectual. I'm a this or that. Or I'm a strong man. I'm a swimmer. I'm a whatever, tennis star. Don't let that define who you are. That is the point. Do not let anything define who you are. Because as you said, we are much bigger than that. And I think that's the message of this video, if I was to be honest. Don't let anything in this world define you. Thanks for that, mate. Because that is really summed up what I'm trying to get at. You said it. Don't let anything define you, because we're much bigger than that. To go back into it again, it's like we're in this world in reality, present moment, and we get lost in activities. We get distracted into activities. So it's okay to learn from activities and learn from books and health. And that should inform our present moment. It's not a matter of that's all life is. The present moment is life, and fitness and knowledge should be additions to our present moment. It shouldn't be instead of the present moment. It shouldn't be instead of. It should be an addition to. Integrate it into life. Integrate fitness and knowledge into the present moment. So we're pulling from life to make ourselves more in tune with life. And like here today, parks are full of people. Some are playing football, some are playing rugby, some are just drinking, some are just like sunbathing. People do all sorts of different things. And I don't know, looking at them, whether they're in their head or in the present. So live life in tune with present and what's happening, and don't get hijacked into an identity of mental labels. I'm an expert, I'm a scientist, I'm a this, I'm a that, or a physical label. I'm a cyclist, I'm a swimmer, I'm a tennis star. Let that improve your body and mind, but be open to life. Yeah. This is such a simple subject, if you get it. It's such a simple subject. Be in the present. Dip in and out of things. Dip in and out of it. But don't let that define who you are. Yeah, that's it really, mate. I don't know where to go with this.
No, it's great. And you said something, as you were saying, people out there in that park are running, drinking, all perfectly fine. When we have maybe an issue is when the one running maybe gets near the one drinking and say, hey, do you think drinking is okay? Maybe you should do a little sport. And that I think is when it's getting to our head, okay? Same with intellectual people. I shared many times that I'm what is called, I've suffered for 32 years now, what is called chronic fatigue syndrome. And when my oldest boy, when my wife was pregnant with the first child, I said, enough, I need to figure this out. So I put myself in the hands of modern medicine. So I went to many specialists, and I could see the arrogance, okay, that they will be listening to me with a face of saying, because they were not getting it. They of course didn't know what went on. They sent me for the regular checkups, which by the way, by the time I visit that cardiologist, that neurologist, but I already had my blood exams and all that ready, okay. I said, no, we need to do them again because we need, recent one. It's gonna be the same stuff. You're not getting it, okay? And that's when I say to someone that reads a lot of books, that is intellectual, that maybe has a college degree, that maybe has a master's degree, even a doctorate degree, don't allow that to become arrogance, because arrogance is the ego, and arrogance is allowing that knowledge to control, okay? I was talking to someone else about, psychiatrists and psychologists. I see the same thing, unfortunately. I'm not saying all of them are like that. I'm saying most of them are like that. Okay. But they allow that. You go and talk to a psychiatrist and they're looking at you like, yeah, because the mind, what do you think you know about me? Like, just listen to me. Be open that, that whatever knowledge you have from school is not really gonna fix this thing. So what you're saying is that I think when people get engulfed, I want to call it like that, or there are these Neil deGrasse Tyson and these Einsteins and these people from whatever MIT University and that, you will notice that they do speak to you like, they're from a higher position in a way of saying, you just don't get it because you are not on my level. Well, when we all go to the present moment, we're all at the level, okay? I go back to nature. There's nothing of that going on in nature, okay?
No.
There are no libraries in nature. There's no internet in nature. And nature is far wiser than any human being. Far wiser, okay? But beyond comprehension. So when you go to the present moment and you allow the universal wisdom and you really try to connect to something else, believe me, all doors open. Are you gonna be able to solve the world problems? No, that's the ego. Again, that's the ego. Okay. No, you are just gonna understand that all of that is perfectly fine, but it's just a part of this experience. And it's just equally fine if you want to have a drink or if you want to go to the gym. Okay. There's no better or whatever. Okay. And there are people that they have a drink every day and they live to 100 years. And there are people that go to the gym and have a heart attack, or they do a marathon and have a heart attack or whatever. Because also the body, talking about taking care of it, is it taking care of it, pushing it to those levels? Ironmans,
right.
which is 4 kilometers, as we were sharing with the Genie show, 4 kilometers of swimming, back to back, 180 kilometers of biking, and then a marathon at the end after those two, with only water and whatever you're drinking.
Yeah.
People die in the marathon. People die. People pass out arriving at the end of the marathon. People stop at the biking and say, "No, it's not for me," because we are overdoing this machine. Okay, it's like a car that you go 100 miles an hour, 160 kilometers an hour all the time. The engine is, you're pushing it. You're pushing it. It's equally wrong doing that than the car being stopped for years, which is being so. I think, mate, that we don't understand that it's so, in a way, it's a simple subject, but a difficult subject that we need, yes, to be in the present moment and then experience this life. So it's a little bit of everything. So yes, pick up a book, yes, go to the gym or do some exercise. You don't need to go to the gym. Just go walking, just going out there in nature. And yes, have that moment for you. Maybe the monks that they go out there in the mountains, they are also an extreme. Okay. They're out there all the time in the present moment. So where's the experience? Aren't we here for an experience, a human experience? Is that a human experience? I don't think so. So, so it's difficult, mate. I think whatever works for you is great. The suggestion is don't allow anything to control you. Just be, and when you are noticing something is controlling you, just go to the present moment and everything will go to neutrality.
100%. Definitely. Yes, mate. I think, can't add to that really. I can't say more than that. Said it perfectly. But when you say these lawyers, psychiatrists, experts, they kind of look down on us because they think they know everything. What could we know? You know, if you and I had this thing come to mind was if you got a psychiatrist, top psychiatrist in a room, put the top lawyer in the room next to him, like on a bench, just top doctor, top scientist, and put them all in this room, all the top experts in the world, and then get a parrot on a perch, and a dog, and a cat, and sit there in the middle, say, okay, everyone, are you ready? And just clap your hand, go like, what? All of them would just look around and come right into the present. And that's the great leveler. There's no more experts then because they're not in their head. See what I mean? And then they're open to new things. But you need to get them out of their heads into the present to access their mind, to become open to things. They're never open if they're already in their head. So Zen master hits the student on the head with a stick. It's like, bang, wake up. And it's like, what do you do that for? But he won't tell them why. And later on, when they learn, the reason he was hitting them on the head was to bring them into the present. But if they've got to do it for themselves, they've got to work it out themselves. That's the reason you're now in the present. What are you going to do with it? You're going to go back upstairs? Or you're going to stay in the present? And that is it. So all experts, when you can get them in the present, they will listen because there's nowhere to go. You've got them then. You've got an open door to them. And if you can't get them out of their head, they're going to be stuck in the matrix in their head, being the expert. So yeah, I think it's going with the moment, because consciousness is the leveler, and the dog will be like there, the parrot will be there. What's going on? What do you want? What do you want? What's up? What's up? So everyone will be in the present consciousness moment, and it's like, what happened? What happened? You've got all their attention until they go off again. So that is where I say you can only learn in the present. You can't learn if you're in your head. And also when you're taught this stuff, how to be a doctor, how to be a lawyer, how to be a scientist, you're only taught from a small perspective of what the college is telling you. The college is only telling you what it wants you to know. And it's missing out a lot. It's missing out a lot of stuff in life that it doesn't want you to know. So when you go into the big world and you have a patient or a client, you think you know it all, but your college didn't teach you it all. And that's what these experts don't realise. They're not being told the full truth. And that's when we get into trouble, because we can't get through to these people because they think they know it all. But the colleges didn't give them everything. So only when they're present can they learn from us. And that's the great thing of this talk, is getting this message across to people. You may be an expert to a certain degree. To a certain point, yes, you are an expert in that field, but you don't know it all. And you can only learn if you're open-minded and humble enough. Humble enough to listen to your patient, humble enough to listen to your client, humble enough to listen to the witness, humble enough to listen to the dog, the parrot. Be open-minded. And that's where I think the beauty of life is, being open-minded and accepting knowledge from whatever avenue it comes to, whatever place it comes from. Just consider it. Okay, yeah, maybe. Just leave it on the back burner. So yeah, do your thought fitness, do your reading, but be open-minded. That's the primary cornerstone, I would say. Be present and open-minded, because otherwise you're just in a dead end. You're in a dark corner, thinking you know it all. So yeah, that's it, mate. Just be in the present, and only there can you learn. You can't learn if you're in your head.
Yes, mate. Yes, and if I mean, you said beautifully, but if I could complement anything, will be the control. Once you liberate yourself from the need of control, and you don't allow knowledge, and you don't allow your physical needs or your body, even your fear of losing this body, which will be death as we know it, then suddenly when you let it go and you go into yourself, there's no control. You're just going with the flow, with the universe. And it's beautiful. It's like being in the sea and being truly free. Where are you going? Wherever the sea is taking you. And that's fine. Okay. And you start living day by day, hour by hour, minute by minute, second by second, and understanding I have this moment. Let me enjoy this moment, whatever it is. If I'm at work, if I'm at school, if I'm in my house, if I'm with my children, if I'm with my wife, my friends, my parents, if I'm alone, let me enjoy it. Let me enjoy it. I can enjoy it because I'm just floating out there in an ocean, which is the universe. Okay. But we are constantly looking for something to control.
Yes.
And for me, that has been a change these past few years. I'm every day more losing the grip that I need to control and understand that I truly don't control anything but myself. And in that control, I relinquish it to the universe, so which is the present moment. Because we think we control things, especially people like the ones we're talking, the Neil deGrasse Tysons, the presidents, the prime ministers, the religious figures, the Pope or whatever. They think they have some control on us. They think.
Yeah.
But just imagine if all humanity will liberate itself from this need of control. Just imagine.
Yeah.
And I think it will be beautiful because we allow someone will say, who's in control then? God. No, he's not a puppeteer. He created you so you could have your own experiences. Okay. So it's for me, it's something, such a simple concept, but it really the words are not coming out, that it's great to have knowledge. It's great to do whatever you want. It's great. If you want to travel, if you want to, have a drink, if you want to go to the gym, do everything you like. As long as that is not what's controlling you. Okay. If the drink is controlling you, then it's wrong. Okay.
Yeah.
There's probably something wrong there. If the only thing you think is about getting drunk, then maybe something there. But to enjoy a drink now and then, and for someone to tell you that's wrong, just recently, I better not say who it was because you don't know who watches the videos, but someone close to me went to a social engagement. Okay. And there was this person that recently changed to veganism. Okay.
Okay.
And this was this type of engagement. It was a pre-wedding, something like that. Where they say, I don't know how you call it in the UK, but it's yes, like a baby, not baby shower because she was not pregnant. It's like a party for the soon to be bride. Okay.
Ah,
All
right.
women, you're kind of getting it, yes. But it's kind of a wedding, these round tables, 10 people, stuff like that. So on the table this person told me, there was another person that recently changed to veganism, and she was really pushing it. You guys are wrong. Killing animals is wrong. Every time you eat an animal, you're committing a sin. And you know what happened, man? First, it was okay, yeah, maybe you have a point, like being diplomatic. Then everyone started ignoring her until she had to stop. That's something that's controlling. I'm not saying killing animals is correct or not. Please, I'm making a point that for you to have the arrogance to go and tell others what they should eat.
Yeah. It's like the ego is trying to define itself. It's trying to crystallize itself into a label. I know what to eat. I know what you should eat. I know what you shouldn't eat. I know what you should do, what you shouldn't do, what you should drink, what you shouldn't drink. And I'm an expert on this. It's like my ego is that expert, but it's only a small part of our brain. That's trying to control the whole body, mind, person. And yeah, these ideas, these stories, these beliefs, these education that people go through, it becomes who they are. It becomes their identity, and it becomes like an addiction. They need an identity to feel like somebody. They need an identity to feel valued. I don't. I have no identity. Like this is a blade of grass. I'm sitting in the middle of a football pitch on the centre line, on the kick-off spot in Clapham Park. This blade of grass, you see it, is equivalent to me. That's all I am, blade of grass. This is my identity. I don't have one. This is a body and a mind, and I'm working every day to come to that realization more and more. This isn't who I am. I'm not this body mind. I'm the space, if anything. If anything, I'm the space everywhere. And I'm just a piece of grass in that space. I'm nothing. But it's like ego is the opposite. It wants to be everything. It wants to be the biggest, the smartest, the brightest, the loudest, the coolest. It's like, no, go the other direction. Drop it. Drop the baggage. It's just baggage. And yeah, things like what you say, health is all. And also, your body tells you what you need to eat. You feel hungry. You think, oh, I fancy some kippers, or oh, I fancy some chicken, or I fancy some vegetables. The body tells you in the moment. It doesn't. It's wise. The body is so wise, and for you to take a belief system, I'm going to eat vegetarian. I'm going to only eat meat. I'm going to be a carnivore. That's a belief system. It's not telling you. Your body will tell you what you need. Your body is the expert, not a book, not a belief system. And it, a doctor, a lawyer, a scientist, their belief systems, they're not the truth, So just be without labels, have no labels, but you learn more, you learn and be more healthy in tune without the labels. That's it, mate. Yeah, be nothing.
Yes, mate. And it came to me as you were saying it. Let me expand the story because there is a little bit more than that. Of course, in this engagement, there was food given, okay, by whoever organized it, the family of the bride. And this person specifically asked for a vegan meal. Okay, fine, great. I think in those occasions, maybe you just don't eat anything and don't make a fuss, but it's fine. So when they served the meal, that's when she was upset because everyone else was eating meat, chicken. I don't know what. Usually, chicken is given into this type of engagements. Okay, wedding type engagements. Usually chicken. And she was upset. She was upset, and she said, "You don't think I miss it? You think it's easy for me? Seeing you guys eating chicken and I have to order the vegan meal? It's wrong what you're doing. No, it's wrong what you are doing. If you miss it, eat it, okay? And because it's all ideas in your head. This kind of we tend to lacerate ourselves with, oh no, yeah, I'm so bad and I'm a sinner and you want chicken, eat chicken, okay? Whenever it comes to you, and I know people close to me that has come this intuition, this vibration in them. I don't want it anymore. And you're gonna get away from it, okay? But to really clash in that you're wrong, they suffer, we are killing animals, okay? I've said many times we should eat from the ether, we should eat from the sun. One day we're gonna be like that, mate. Trust me.
Yeah.
We're just gonna look at the sun and we're gonna have everything this body needs. Okay.
Yeah. Good.
But right now we're here and I like meat. Don't feel anything when I eat it wrong by me. So
Yeah.
I'm in that level. If I'm wrong or right, that I don't know. But I'm in that level that, as you say, that's my intuition. Sometimes I feel like a chocolate. Sometimes I feel maybe my magnesium is low because chocolate has a lot of magnesium. Sometimes I feel like a banana. Banana is full of potassium. That's my body telling me maybe you're low in potassium. Okay. Sometimes lemons also have a lot of potassium. So sometimes you feel like a lemonade or something. And sometimes you feel like a very nice piece of meat has a lot of iron. So maybe you're low in iron or low in B vitamins, full of B vitamins. It's your body talking to you, okay? And the moment maybe you have evolved, I know what it is, vibration, I don't know. Trust me, you're gonna leave everything behind, not just meat, because this notion that vegetables don't suffer, mate, it's because you don't hear them, you don't see them suffering. But you think a plant that is there, who knows, maybe even sees you, you're gonna cut it, and it's the end for the plant. I think it suffers. So why are we so inclined to animals and poor animals and that? Poor everyone, okay? That's why I have the information, the intuition in me. Don't worry, this is temporary. One day we're gonna live from the energy. Everything is gonna be powered from the energy of the ether, everything. the energy we actually use for machines, it's gonna come from the ether. Okay,
Yeah.
and just imagine a world that everything is from a clean, unlimited fountain of energy, which is the universe. Very different. Okay,
Ether.
so, but sometimes, same with knowledge, mate. For example, religious people, hardcore Christians, and that they have the Bible, they have read the Bible, they know it by memory, and they push it on you and say, "Yeah, you see," and they think they understand whatever they want. Because there's also one thing with books: you get what you want. As I shared, I read books many times, the same books, and I get a different thing every time. So it's not clear cut. If I read the Bible, I'm going to understand something, which is probably different from someone else. Okay. And
Yeah.
and this idea of the Bible, especially the Old Testament, full of revenge, full of eye for eye, and all that, they take it like that. So it's okay for me to be vengeful to you. It's okay to be violent to you because the Bible says it. Hey, maybe you're
Yeah.
understanding whatever you want.
That's it. It's picking and choosing, isn't it?
Mm.
Yeah, it's like, and also when the thing when you said about people, well, oh, I don't want to be a vegan, but I'm a vegan, but I don't really want to be a vegan. But I like the label. I like
I miss it. Something like that.
yeah, and it's almost like some people do things to virtue signal. You know what that means? Virtual signal.
Yeah, I'm so, because I'm vegan, so I'm making a sacrifice. That kind of
That's
stuff,
it.
mate. Yeah.
Look at me. Look at me.
Yeah.
I'm so righteous. I'm so
Yes.
virtuous. And they do these things, these labels, to appear better than other people. It's still an ego thing. And I was watching a video the other day, a woman called The Alchemist, Sarah El Khaldi. She said, how do you integrate the shadow? And it's really interesting. She said, well, when you get people that like virtue signalers, oh, I'm righteous, I'm doing this, you're not good enough, I'm better than you. That's the shadow. She says they might appear as better people on the surface, but the shadow underneath the ego is being judgmental, putting people down. And she said you get it on the other side. You get people that are so-called bad people, and they might be angry or aggressive, but on the surface they might look like bad people. But it's not that they're bad; they just haven't adjusted as well as other people. And she said the good and the bad are when you integrate the shadow, when you accept your bad side, folks, bad, and you don't mind being angry now and again in the right circumstances. If someone's threatening your family, it's not bad to not be angry. You should be angry. But some people are so virtue signalers, they go, oh, I mustn't be angry. This person's attacking my family. I must be calm. What are you talking about? Nature says you get angry. You have to, you must get angry. How can you not? So he said the shadow is integrating the good, so-called bad, into yourself. So you become grey. Instead of the black and white, you become grey and you transmute. So there is no rule book. You just integrate everything you need to integrate of your bad and good, and you become in the present. So you're now grey. So you just react to what needs doing. You don't have an agenda. You don't have a rule book, a belief system. And then you're not longer good or bad. You're grey. You've integrated your good and your bad. See? So I thought that was quite apt for this. Yeah. It's getting cold here, mate. I'm getting a bit chilly.
No, that's great. That's great. We have gone like for 45 minutes, so we're getting up there, and also you're using your cell phone, which probably the battery is gonna be drained up quite quickly. No, great topic, mate. Thanks for that. I think something we could have gone longer, especially these ideas that we're not here to give lectures or tell others what to do, and I think it's when something is controlling you, that's what you do. With religion, with choices, even stuff like political affiliations or political views gets like that. Those discussions get like that. I've heard someone say one time, never discuss something about religion or politics. Don't talk to us in family gatherings and that, because you're gonna get in trouble if you get two opposing views. Okay. I don't really, I think I'm in your same position, right? I don't really care anymore. I mean, I liberated myself totally from the need to be right. I don't
Yeah.
even understand that concept anymore because at the end, whatever I have in me is my truth, mate. Is my truth. There's nothing more than that. Cannot be your truth, or it cannot be in if I'm up there in a social engagement, the truth of 10 people. If I want to be a vegan, that's great. If someone asks me, yes, are you a vegan? Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. If someone has a no, that's wrong because animals, you need the protein because it's perfect. I'm a vegan. It's perfect for you.
Yeah.
Okay, but not counter arguments and stuff like that.
No,
It's
no.
it's being comfortable in your own skin, in your own truth. But it's nothing more than that. The
Yeah.
truth, same as control, the truth can only work for you. Okay, and control can only work for you. You can change your life today, yes. You viewing can change my life today or Tony's? No, especially if we don't allow it. Maybe we allow it, but we're not gonna
We'll
allow
listen.
it.
Yeah.
So that seems very limiting, but that's so powerful, mate, that you have these things working for you. And if you liberate yourself from the need of controlling others, of imposing your views, of imposing your knowledge, of letting the ego push you, hey,
Yeah.
it's like you need to validate it by, by making others be like you, by changing others. That's all the ego. You don't need that. You
No,
don't
it's
need
too
that.
small. It's
You
too
don't need
small.
that. You don't need that. So if I can just finish with something and I'll allow you to have the last words, but is that don't allow things to control you. Don't allow knowledge to control you. If you do that, you're perfectly, it's like a driver, you're in full control. So I can throw any book at you and say, read it. And you read it at the end and say, I didn't get anything. Maybe it's I don't know, whatever. You didn't allow it to control. So that's what they want, mate. If you think about it, from school, we said from school, programming starts in school, in television, in newspapers, in magazines, in books,
100%.
in videos, in movies, in series, in everything, even billboards and that. We are full. And when you start noticing that you see, but you don't allow anything to control you, all the programming tools crumble, mate. Crumble. So I wish that to humanity, please. Please allow yourselves to be. Please stop allowing others or allowing other things be out there to control you.
That's it.
Mate?
Well said. Yes. Yeah, I'll just say, mate, on the finishing, that we're controlled by our beliefs. They put beliefs in our heads and control us with the beliefs, like remote control software that they control us by. And I would say, I was listening to a guy, Alan Watt. He was talking about the pharaohs, and he said, if you look at the pharaohs in ancient Egypt, on the gold statues they've got them in the temples, they've got a cobra on the middle of their head, like a snake, cobra. And he explained what it's for. He said, the meaning behind the cobra is it's to guard the pharaoh's mind from the outside. So whenever something comes to the pharaoh, like information, the cobra strikes and no, keep away. And if you look it up on a picture of a pharaoh, it's a cobra in the middle of its head, and it's to stop the external world putting beliefs in the pharaoh's head. So even they know this. The pharaohs know, guard your mind from belief systems. That's actually what they knew back in the day in Egypt. So the cobra was a defender to keep the mind pure, keep the mind empty of belief. So I think that's a powerful message that I'll say if the world found about that would be good to pass on.
Yes, mate. And you know what? I think you and I and many others watching, and it's not exclusive to you and me. We are doing that intuitively. We are every day getting better and not allowing the ego to control us, the beliefs to control us. There's only our belief in our creator, in our universe, in ourselves. That's it. That's mine. That's even mine. It's not something I got in a book. It's not something I watched in a video.
No.
It's something that came to me, only to me. Does that mean I'm enlightened and that? No, please.
Label.
It's so
Yeah, that's a
confusing.
label.
That doesn't mean that. That just means that I'm allowing my own connection, which I know I have, and you have watching. We all have our own connection. I'm allowing the sea to control me. I'm in a boat out there in the sea. There's no paddles, there's a motor. I'm allowing the sea take me wherever you want to take me. I trust you. It's very important. I
Yes.
trust you. I totally relinquish myself to you.
Yes, that's it.
And that sounds very easy to do. Trust me, it's not as easy at the beginning. Okay. So
Oh, yeah.
thank you, mate, for another great one.
And one more
uh,
thing.
yeah, sure.
I would say Nirvana, they talk about Nirvana, enlightenment. I say Nirvana is realizing the entire world has been lying to you. That would be my closing.
That's a powerful one. Yes, yes. But only you are true to yourself, you see. Only that's why you're here. And when you read a book and you make it go through here, it's like a filter, like a blender, that at the end you pour it and there's nothing there, not even a drop on some books. There was nothing for you.
That's it.
And of course, those are not the ones that I read over and over again. I read the ones that I really feel that, and I say, and on the second try, and on the third try, and on the fourth try, I find new stuff. Maybe because I'm also changing. The book is static, the same words, but I'm changing. Every day I'm changing. So that's why I love to read books all over again, the ones I like, because my position is changing. My truth is changing. So what I'm gonna filter out is different. And maybe, who knows, maybe some books this is not for me anymore. And I said it a few times that I leave some topics behind, like aliens and that. I'd be kind of giving it a rest. Not that they're not important or not truth anymore. It just, we're in constant evolving. As you said something very important, just listen to yourself. You want to call it listen to your body, it's perfect. Okay, I want a chocolate. Okay, I want a piece of meat. Okay, I want Chinese. I know you like it very much. Hey, I want a pizza. Okay, I want. There's a reason for that. There's a reason for that.
Yes, absolutely. Thank you, mate. Brilliant.
Thank you, mate. Have a great day to everyone watching. Thank you. Take care. Thank you for making it to this part of the video. This is my favorite part. This is where I suggest to you that you discover your true self. You are not what you have been groomed to believe. You are this incredible being without limits that has eternal life, amazing strength, infinite wisdom, and a big, beautiful heart. All your limits are always self-imposed. Your best version in this reality is inside you. Your only mission on this life is to become a beacon of love and to serve others. This version is ready to be discovered today. How do you discover your true self? The discovery process is a personal one. No one can do it for you. Dedicate 5 minutes a day to talk to the universe. Simply ask, who am I? Where do I come from? What is my purpose? You will start getting signs, breakthroughs, and signals. You will notice how your notions about this reality start disappearing. No more hierarchies, no more competition, no more complaining, no more depending on others. Discovering your true self equals to real freedom. Your self-imposed limits will fall and you will be ready to understand this reality, but you must be patient to allow others to wake up at their time through their own free will. That will be really soon, you will see, and that will set up a new world. As you work towards your best version, you will notice how all emotions don't serve you anymore. Hate, fear, rage, pride, lust, envy, violence, justice, full violence, judgment of others, and other emotions will disappear from your mind and heart. You will understand those emotions serve only your egoic mind and are not you. Please try to be understanding of others that don't think or feel like you. Everyone has a process. No one is right or wrong. We're all just different. Don't be concerned about being right, ever. Don't allow pride preventing you from patching things up with family and friends. It is very important you enjoy this life with your loved ones. Put in the work to patch things up and leave it to others to decide. Thank you very much for watching. Please share, like, and subscribe. If you have any comments or suggestions, please use the comment section below. For private questions, conversations, and if you would like to appear on the show, please email me at hey@thealexshow.tv. Thank you again. Please don't forget to visit our website www.thealexshow.tv. By giving me your time, you honor me. Have a very, very, very nice day.